Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you're here. Please remember to subscribe and share. Trying to get the word out. What really is my platform about? I'm a survivor, a protective parent. I am someone who's researched coercive control. What we know about coercive control, it is a dynamic that is used in abusive relationships. So it is a narcissistic abuser who is coercively controlling someone, right? And I also like to call them coercive controllers. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that that's their behavior tactic is to diminish someone, to strip away their autonomy. And so I think in my YouTube channel and other places, if you've seen me, I talk about a lot of different things. How do we escape these relationships? How do we prevent these relationships from even occurring in our life? How do we protect our children? So important. How do we heal and perhaps begin the healing process after leaving an abusive relationship? Today, I want to focus on siblings and what occurs in sibling relationships. A lot of us grow up in these family systems, and the experience is that there's going to be perhaps a favored child. Yes, Maggie's joining me today. Sometimes there's a child who's favored. We call them the golden child. What's really important to know is that just because someone is a golden child today doesn't mean they're going to be the golden child tomorrow. And just because someone's a scapegoated child doesn't mean they're not going to be treated differently from time to time. But the reality is that abusers love to fracture any healthy attachments that our children have. They like to fracture any healthy attachments that we have. Remember, the healthier your attachments, the more you are connected to people, the stronger that connection is, the more that you have connections, right? Whether it's through your colleagues at work, whether it's through your neighborhood, whether it's through your children's school or friends from your children and their lives, whatever it is, and of course your family. Abusers are threatened by that. But here's the reason why. Of course, they're jealous that they can't have relationships like you can. Of course, they are. But also, more important than that, is that the more that you have these really strong, fortified attachments, the less ability they have to control you. See, control happens through isolation and intimidation. That's how indoctrination happens. That's how children get indoctrinated into a false narrative, and that'll have to be another YouTube. But the reality is that if I can isolate you and intimidate you, and that intimidation doesn't have to be overt, it doesn't have to be if you do this, you're going to suffer certain consequences. It can be as simple as you being made to feel insecure or just not on like solid footing with maybe a girlfriend. So that intimidation might be that girlfriend maybe didn't like something you wore, and the abuser tells you that. Now, maybe the girlfriend never said it, but the abuser will gaslight you. And gaslighting is a form of intimidation. And so, knowing that this happens in family systems with children, the abuser wants to fracture any healthy attachments your child has. And so if they can do that between siblings, oh my gosh. And I know you all can think of your children when they were really young and them having fun playing together or chasing each other in the house or going to the park with you, whatever it is, they were close. And now you're like, why aren't they as close? Of course, sibling rivalry makes sense, but the reality is that the abuser might be, and I'm guessing they are, I always say this starts day one, might be trying to maliciously fracture those attachments. So ask yourself, are these two kids or three kids not getting along as much because the abuser is covertly trying to fracture their attachment? And I believe the answer probably is yes. Because if I'm an abuser, what I have to do, it's about dividing and conquering. Siblings, if we can divide and conquer them, we're going to have a much greater chance of coercing and controlling them and pulling them into the indoctrination. Ask yourself, what is going on behind the scenes that you're not even aware of between your children? And what is that abuser's intent? It's malicious. Don't doubt yourself. And if you can see this, then what you need to be doing, and frankly, if you don't see it, foster as much fortifying of their attachments to one another as you can. It's vital that you keep fostering as much as you can the attachment between your children. You have to know the abuser's intent is to fracture that and to take it away so they can better coerce and control your children. I hope that's helpful, everyone. Have a great day.